Broadcasting from Watts Creative Studios and live on Grove Street FM. You're listening to Talk Local to Me, brought to you by the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
So, I feel like you hit 100 episodes and then nobody wants to come on your podcast anymore. Like, what's happening?
It's like the big...
Where are my guests?
It's like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right? You have the Super Bowl. It's like you build it up for 2 weeks and then you got to take a little bit of break and then you go to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is the slow down week after, come down, and then you get back into your groove.
I mean, heck, Autumn ain't even here today. Where's she?
It was a pretty big celebration.
I'm surprised you're here. Thanks for showing up.
Hey, no problem. Chris posted the wonderful Eagle Eye Photography was here, and he posted the pictures from the event. And I just remember, like, this morning, I was like, man, that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was good because, like,
a lot of good food.
It's a good milestone. I mean, let me say that it's a great milestone. Like, to reach 100 episodes is fantastic.
I don't think people really, and maybe they do, but like, I don't know if they really think about how many or how much time is invested in 100 episodes because we record and they're all live. Like I don't think, did we pre-record any?
No. Everything we do everything here is pretty much live. And even if it's not broadcast live, it's recorded live and then uploaded.
Right. Yeah. So, that is being here in the studio talking to, and you think I usually have 2 to 3 guests an episode. Yeah. So you're looking at 200-300 businesses, maybe, give or take a few less, because some people have come on with me multiple times, but still, that's a lot. It's a ton. And it was a fun day. We got to speak to some great people. Yep. Eat some great food. Again, huge thank you to our restaurants that gave us food. We had
it was fantastic. I took some home and it was fantastic. I think the sandwiches were great the next day. What else did we take? It was something else that I took home that was a big hit.
The sandwiches,
the Pop-Tarts.
The Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts were great.
I'm going to tell you this. Ashley, I'm going to have to get more Pop-Tarts because my husband devoured them, loved them so much. So, there's everything from East Coast to the quesadillas. And
that's what I had. That was delicious here.
So that's the cool thing about doing things like this, though, because when people, like when you think of East Coast wings, you think of wings. Yep. And you think of chicken, basically. And I took those quesadillas home to my husband, the ones we had left over, because we had a chicken one left over and we had a cheeseburger one. Yep. And he had no clue that East Coast did quesadillas or other things. Right?
I didn't either. Yeah.
And so he tried those and he liked them so much he went there for lunch. Went there for lunch.
That's the biggest compliment. That is the biggest. And Benny's Pizza. So I think Casey fed her whole family and the whole neighborhood.
The whole neighborhood.
The whole neighborhood with Benny's Pizza. This is sad to say because they are our neighbor. I've never been to Benny's yet. I haven't been to Benny's yet, right? So this was my first experience. I've never seen a pizza that large. And it was a shock when you came through the door, but how fun is that for like a party? That was, it was fantastic. Like, so now I'm a fan. I didn't know, I haven't been before, but now it's like, this is wonderful.
It's fun because it's a huge pizza, but then like the slices are huge. You can even actually like double slice them. Yeah. And so honestly, for what you pay for it, it's economical because
oh my gosh,
everyone eats off one pizza. Like you don't have to go get I'll go to Domino's and come in with 5 pizzas and I'll waste half of them because I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I have people that want different things, but still I think, and the pizza tastes great. It's a good flavor.
Oh, and another thing, I know I'm raving about it. Okay.
Let's do it.
The cookies.
Oh, the cookies.
Wait a minute. All right. Like that one.
Holy heaven.
Yeah. Holy heaven. That's it. All right. So I had one. It was Autumn's favorite. It's I can't remember which one, the name of it.
The Dad Bod. The one with the Kit Kat in it?
That's why. Well, yes, that's why I have one.
It's called Dad Bod.
I ate one and I was hooked and I was like, I shouldn't do it. And then I went over and I took a little bite of that one.
Oh, no, the s'mores one.
Oh, come on. Like,
yes,
that was unreal. Like, that was so good.
So I'm just going to say, I'm glad I got to experience and taste some of that food because I'm now hangry. And I'm going to say hangry because I've been on a liquid diet now for a week. Like literally, that was my last supper.
Yeah,
that's my last food.
That's it.
And I have been eating pudding and Jell-O and drinking chicken broth and, protein shakes for a week now. So, and I got 3 more weeks to go.
Oh,
I know, it's sad.
What a way to end it though. Like, I mean, for that spread, like,
I know.
I mean, come on, it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, and I mentioned this a couple weeks ago to those listening in. So if you're wondering why in the world is this woman just drinking liquid for 4 weeks, it's not because I really want to. It's not because I like to just, not have food.
Yeah.
But I'm having surgery next week, and part of that surgery requires me to have a liquid diet going into and then prior to, for a few weeks as well. So just to remind you, next week I will not be on the show. Sad face.
So even you, after 100 episodes.
Yeah, after 100 episodes, I cut out.
I'm good for a while, y'all.
Yeah. Mike Norfield will be back from Visiting Angels.
Mike's a great temporary stand-in. He's a great host.
Yes. And Autumn will, I'm assuming, be back. I don't know where she is today.
We don't know. Maybe.
Just ghosted us. But no, she should be back. And they have a great lineup of guests coming in next week. And I do have a guest today. She's coming in at the second half of the show. So I keep saying I don't have any friends today, but I do. She's going to be here in a little bit. But yeah, so he's going to be filling in for me probably next week. And definitely next week. And potentially the week after, I may call in if I'm feeling up to it.
Yeah.
They're being, Autumn and them are being very whiny about how much time I take off.
You need to take off. It's important.
I don't like to sit.
You won't take off, but everybody's going to tell you need to.
I did go buy some new books.
Yeah.
I got some new books I wanted to read. So I'm going to think about it. I'm thinking of some shows I want to binge watch.
Yes.
I don't get control of my television often. So I don't know if anyone else out there is like this, that especially if you have kids, just kiss your TV goodbye. You don't get to watch anything you want to watch because, anytime you're home, they want to turn on Netflix and watch, I get to watch Fuller House or, Kate and Cat and Sam or whatever those Bunked, all those great things. So, and by the time she goes to bed, I don't have time to, if I were to turn on an episode, I'd probably fall asleep. So I don't get to binge watch. So I'm trying to think of what some good shows are.
So like, what is the genre that you prefer? Like, what's your type of show? I'm all over the place.
And hey guys, if you're listening in and you want to text a message, talk local to me, send something out. Let me know. What should I binge watch?
540-855-7388. Text the show.
Text the show and tell me what I should binge watch. Put your name and then I can tell you, Woody can tell me what I should watch. Right but, I like I'm a little bit all over the place. So I love the Outer Banks and I have been saving the new season.
Okay.
I haven't watched season 3 yet. So that's a must. I just finished. So my new favorite one that I just finished, there's 2, Ginny and Georgia. And that, I don't know if you've seen that, but
have not.
It's kind of all over the place, but it's a lady and she's got 2 kids and she's, murdered husbands in the past and she's moved into this new town and it's really good. And then The Lincoln Lawyer.
Okay.
And if you haven't seen The Lincoln Lawyer,
the show, not the movie.
Right. The show is fabulous. I love The Lincoln Lawyer. I actually went back and watched it again and because they only have 1 season out and then I was sad.
Oh.
I'm also a huge fan of Gerald Butler.
Oh yeah, he's good.
And so the guy who plays the Lincoln Lawyer is not Gerald Butler, but he reminds me of him. He talks like him. He looks. That's a good show, ladies. if you just want to watch the show,
that's a Heather recommended show.
There's a new one, The Night Agent.
I have seen that on Netflix advertised. Brian talked about that in last week's Life Liberty.
Okay. I started the first episode.
He said it's a great show.
Yeah, I started the first episode, but that was kind of where I ended it. So that's where I am. I've considered like what is it, Bridgerton and The Crown.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen any of those.
Watch Bridgerton. That's really good. The Crown.
That's not the one I thought you were going to come in on. Like, oh, that's a great show.
It is a great show. It's great. It's like Gossip Girl, but like back then. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Different setting.
I've never seen Gossip Girl.
Oh my God. All right. Not the new one.
I have seen One Tree Hill.
Listen, go. All right. Here's what you got to do then. Okay, you need to go watch the original Gossip Girl. Like what? Go through that show.
How many seasons is that? A lot.
It's quite a few. You can roll through that though.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
It took me a while to get through Gilmore Girls.
If you like those shows, Gossip Girl is where it's at. That's a great show, except for the ending. But I'm not going to spoil that. So
yeah, don't tell me.
Yeah, that's a good show. Bridgerton, though, that's really good. Yeah, you should watch it. Crown. I think we watched the first season, and then I like it. I have to be in the mood to watch it though. So,
have you seen the show You?
Yes.
Okay.
Not the newest season.
I haven't seen that yet.
That's a great.
Is that creepy?
The 2 season. Well, yeah, but not in a creepy way.
Okay, so creepy, but not a creepy
way. Yeah. There you go. It's a good show though.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great show.
All right. Yeah. See, I'm all over the place. I'll give everything a shot. But you know how I'm kind of like this with shows and with books. If I start it doesn't catch me within a couple pages or a couple minutes. Nope, I'm done. Yeah. I'll switch to something else.
Yeah, I think that's why The Crown it's really quality and really good, but it's kind. I don't know. Like if I'm gonna sit and invest that much time, it's kind of like I gotta be
Well, I wasn't really planning on talking about TV shows on the show today, but it just kind of that's where we went. But I did think what would be kind of a good thing to do, and we'll do this, we'll talk about this until our next, our guest gets here, is that I don't talk a whole lot. I know when y'all hear the intro to Talk Local to Me, you hear that it's sponsored by, the Central Virginia Business Coalition. And I bring up, of course, the events that we have and, the things that we do. Usually once an episode, we'll talk about an event or something like that. But I wanted to really kind of talk today, and Woody is going to be working with me this afternoon on some informational videos as well for the Central Virginia Business Coalition. And for those who don't know, it's CVABC for short. That's our nickname because Central Virginia Business Coalition is really tiring to say all the time. That we're going to be putting up on our website to show people who we are, what we do, little snippets of why, if you're a business owner, you should be a member of the organization. Eventually, why, if you're a member of our organization, you should upgrade to a sponsorship at some point. If you're really enjoying being a part of what we do, your benefits, the things that as a member you get. And because believe me, there are a lot. I could sit here this whole show and bullet point the things you get. And I don't want to be boring today after 100 episodes, but I could do it. So, and then of course, leading into the events, I don't know, I talk about them, but we do some event, some form of something every month that is either business to business related, business to community related, to help get your name out there or just to support the community, because that's another big piece of what we do. And I'll be honest, guys, I'm really proud of the organization that we have. And I'm proud to be the executive director of it. And I love working with the businesses that I get to work with. And most people will tell you, if you get to know me and you get to talk with me, I have a passion for small business. I will get riled up at times about things because I just believe in the fact that small businesses are what fuel our economy. They are what keep big businesses rolling. They're the foundation right there, like that, the entrepreneurs, the small business owners. And that's why I'm constantly looking at how can we make the CVABC better? How can we expand upon what we're doing? We've been growing into different areas, different regions, and growth is great, but you have to know how to grow with it and make sure what you're doing is relevant to the communities you're growing into. I don't want just people joining from different areas, but then we're not helping them. So, those are some of the things that we're currently working on. But Woody's a member. I mean, he better be. And he better be, because
I am a member.
I'm just kidding. Let me go check your
and
dues.
Several of my clients that we do marketing for are members, and I think they're seeing a huge benefit already. Expect one that I can is Boone Tractor.
Yeah,
like Chris signed on the Bedford location and Centerfest. I mean, immediately with that sponsorship and the banner, and then coming to the job fair and coming on the shows and all the stuff going on. And I mean, that in my meetings with them, the CVABC comes up just about every meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just stuff like that. Like even our clients are members. So yeah, absolutely.
Well, and I love that you said that about Boone, and I love to hear that, kind of success from other businesses, because a lot of times you don't always hear back.
Yeah.
You're working with businesses and you're hoping you're doing a good job, and you're hoping you're giving them, like I was just saying, something relevant, because return on investment is big, especially if you're a small business owner. And, one of the things I always get from people is, what's my return on my investment? How am I going to get this back? And I always tell people, we have a lot of tools you can use, a lot of tools. The biggest thing is that you have to be willing and able to use them. And I think a lot of people think, oh, let me just sign up. I'll pay the $125 membership fee, and all the business is going to come rolling in. Yeah. So I'm going to just burst your bubble right now. That's not going to happen. It's not that simple. And that's whether you join, our organization, whether you join like a downtown Lynchburg association, whether you join a chamber of commerce, whether you join, any of these networking groups, no matter what you throw your money at, if you're not actively invested in it or working in it, you're not going to see the return of investment that you are wanting. I mean, now I'm sure there's always the fluke case that you might, but you've got to be able to really put some time and effort into it. And that's when you're really going to see the return. And it doesn't have to be anything big. We host a monthly networking event, and I'm going to bring this up because I just found out, woot woot, that our networking event, Coffee Talk, we host one in the Lynchburg, Bedford area and one in the Roanoke, Vinton area. We just won for the fifth year. Yeah. The gold level award for best networking event in our area.
Nice.
And I had been, crossing my fingers and hoping that we were going to get that, accolade. I wanted to see it come back in again, because I truly think we have the best networking event, and people tell me we do, but I want to see if it actually reflects, and it did. But it's simple to come to those. You find the date, you put it on your calendar, you show up. It's from 8 to 10. And it's a rolling event. You don't have to spend your whole 2 hours hanging out with us. You can. We have some that do. We have some that get there right at 8 and they're there till 10. Networking, passing business cards, eating food, drinking coffee, all the things. And those are the people that are getting business. But if you come at 9 and you still are there to round up, talk about who you are, you still have that opportunity, more so than the person that's still in bed, or just, maybe they've gone to the office and they're answering emails, which that's important. But you know what I'm saying, Woody.
Yep, I know what you're saying.
So, networking events are some of the things that we do. Right now, we offer one of the lowest memberships around for a business to be a part of.
Yes.
And when you look at what you get for it, I actually have people that tell me I should be charging more, which is funny to me.
I've told you several times.
Yeah, but I mean, are you going to pay more if I charge more?
I would.
There's the question. There's the question.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you.
You can say what you want to say.
Yes, but I would, because I made it a point, especially when I opened up a studio here in Bedford, to seek out the local organizations and to participate on the level that I can participate. I can't make every event, but for me, the benefit, and to see on the other side now of how much work goes into this stuff, I absolutely would. And I think that's why like this podcast is important, and the other avenues that you use, you provide a really good conduit for businesses to get their message out that may not have that marketing budget or that huge ability to buy media. You provide the avenues. For one, you do this show, and we've got another thing in the works, and we got another thing going on. So it's like, I mean, you really do. You provide a good way for some of the businesses to get their message out without breaking their bank. So absolutely, seeing both sides of it now. Yeah, of course. I think it's well worth it.
And speaking of, we do have some great stuff coming out. I'm excited about. So it's going to be new for our businesses to take part in, aside from just the podcast.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is it's going to give us the option where, I have some members that don't come on the podcast because they are like, well, I don't know if I can I can always come to the studio. So I think, we've been chatting a little bit about doing some on, on, what do you call it? On the spot. On location.
On location. There you go.
Whoop, yeah, on location. So anyway, I'm not going to spoil it all because Woody and I are still laying groundwork for what's going to happen. So it's going to be, but just know it's coming and it's going to be great. And I'm really excited about that. And it's just going to be another benefit.
And the bubble in which that branding that we have in mind.
Well, that's because marketing and branding is so important.
It's going to be nice.
I talk about the events we do, and we do some really great events. I will say our Lead On Summit we just hosted, I am still getting people messaging me talking about how good it was.
Yep.
I had one person messaged on our thing and said, it was a 5-star event. Like, she cannot wait till next year.
That's awesome.
That makes me feel great because it was a first year event, that we've done.
Yep.
And then I just actually, before I got here, was on a Zoom call with some fabulous women because we're getting ready to kick off, or tickets are already on sale for our Empower Women's event.
Yeah.
And so
that's a big event.
Okay. So if you're listening, if you join for no other reason, or I don't even care if you just want to come to the event's fabulous. The Empower Women in Business event is my baby. So this will be our 5th year, and I can't believe it will be 5 years this year that we've done this event. But we have grown it. We have changed it. I'm one of those people that believes everything, I'm not scared of change.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are scared of change. I think that when you have an event, the best way to keep people interested in coming back is to tweak it, to make changes. Nobody wants to come back to the same thing.
Constantly evolving.
Every year. So, we always try and tweak it, make it bigger, make it better, do what we can. And so, we've got some really cool things in store. If you came last year, we've got some great things in store for this year, stuff we didn't do last year. And I'm really excited about those things. We got we have some of the same things coming back. I mean, we've got our speakers. We are doing a women's panel this year. It's going to be a little different. So, we have 3 local speakers. We've already got those set. Jennifer Rolland, Allie Berger, and Tamika Younger.
Mm-hmm.
And, they actually spoke at Lead On and did a great job. Wonderful job. But the topics they're going to be talking about at this are completely different. So don't think just because you came and saw them there that you don't need to come see them here, because it's completely different atmosphere.
Yep.
And then our women's panel is going to be moderated by Carrie Wright, but we have 4 women. Our theme is stories of resiliency. And so we have 4 women from different stages and walks of life talking about how they got to where they are and what they had to go through. Some of it went through health journeys. I'm actually sitting on that panel. I'm talking about, how I got to where I am today without a college degree. I don't think a lot of people know that, but I don't have a college degree.
Well done.
But I'm doing what I'm doing the thing.
Yep.
And then also what I did going through with the death of my brother. Just, a lot of things.
You got a lot. You got a lot you can share.
I do have a lot I can share.
Yep.
I've been sharing it for 100 episodes now.
101 now.
But I'm the most excited about our keynote speaker for this event. And I'm not even gonna lie, I just secured her yesterday.
Uh-oh. Now this is like top secret, right? You can't tell. Okay. You can share it.
I'm gonna share it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna share it.
Breaking news, everybody.
It is breaking news because I thought I had somebody else.
Yeah.
That was going to be our keynote. And then
I was unavailable.
And Woody was unavailable. And he's,
Grover's tied up. So
it's a women's event, but whatever. Yeah. And Grover could come.
Yeah.
But so I have all of a sudden last night, it was weird. I was stressing about it.
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh, how do I have this huge women's event? And I don't have the keynote yet. And I have people that we've already sold like 55 tickets.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, and people are like, well, who's speaking? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm stressing about it and going on, I'm going out next week on surgery and I won't be here. And I'm like freaking out. And so we had a staff meeting yesterday and I tasked my staff with reach out to these, let's see what we can do. How can we find somebody? And then just out of the blue last night, Carrie Wright messaged me.
Yep.
And she was just like, hey, Heather, I just wanted to let you know about this friend of mine I have that would be a phenomenal speaker. She just wrote a book. She has her own podcast. She's great.
Yeah.
And maybe she'd be available for next year's Empower event because she assumed I had all my ducks in a row, which my ducks are everywhere. And so I wrote her back and I said, well, that sounds great. Do you think she'd do this year?
Is she available tomorrow?
She hooked me up with her and she is available.
Nice.
We have worked the details out. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Her name is Trisha Fraley.
Okay.
And so her, she has a book that she just put out called, hold on. I got the pop-up stuff. Okay. It's called Your New Favorite F Word.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like it already.
But it's talking about getting through the fire. So it says some women fear the fire, some women simply become the fire.
Nice.
And then her books, like her thing to her book says, do you feel like the struggles of life have weighed you down? Do you ever wish there was more to the story of your life? You are made for so much more. Join me as we walk through the fires we faced and use them as fuel to live the life you have always dreamed. So she is coming to talk. She's going to have her books there for people to purchase. And so now I'm more happy with my life because I know who is coming.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, so we have that. And then, like I said, we have some really cool things that are going to happen at the event too. So, tickets are on sale for the Empower Women's event. So if you are out there listening and you want to get your ticket, we will sell out. I can guarantee you. Like I said, we've already gotten sold 55 tickets and we haven't really made it open to the public yet. That's been just from like past participants, our sponsors, people that are getting signed up. So the tickets are $99, but it's a full day. You get breakfast, you get lunch, you get all the speakers, you get giveaways. Every woman gets a bag that she takes home that is full of stuff. I mean, just all kinds of giveaways from people. So we're going to have Empower t-shirts you can purchase. The book, it's going to be a day. I'm just telling you. So you can go to our website, cbabc.org, and sign up, get your ticket, get locked in. All the things. So it's going to be great. But that's what I'm talking about with being a part of the CVABC. You get events, you get networking, you get marketing, you get branding. And so I just felt like this morning, I haven't talked about why people should join if you're a business or, if you're thinking about it, if you're an entrepreneur, do it, just get on there and join because we have so many things. Like I said, I could talk for another hour. Nobody wants to hear that.
Another 100 episodes.
Another 100 episodes of Heather talking about nothing that anyone wants to hear about. No. So, but I do have a guest here today. I'm not by myself anymore. I'm so excited. I met Katie. Gosh, it's been over a year.
Yeah. I think so. I can't even, time has no meaning to me
It
anymore.
really doesn't. Well, it was before. Yeah. No, it was about a year or so ago. Yeah. So Katie is with United Methodist Family Services. Mm-hmm. And, we've had them on the show before, but Katie didn't come. Were you on this one with me? Or were you on the radio?
I don't think I did both, but last time our director, Holly, came.
She came too.
Yeah,
yes. I knew it was someone else that was with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm excited to have her back today because we are going to be talking about the need for foster care. Mm-hmm. Still happening. It's still going, you see, lately I have been inundated on Facebook and I feel like even on TV with people wanting to give away puppies. Mm. Like literally, like apparently like Lynchburg Humane Society has like 38 puppies. Oh, wow. Someone go get a puppy. Yeah. But I don't think, you see all these things about puppies and animals that need help and stuff, but there's so many kids that need it. Yes. So many kids. And I don't think people realize just how much of a need there is.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Across the state of Virginia, there's over 5,000 youth who are in foster care. And that's children, that's teens, that's sibling groups. And in our Lynchburg community, there's over 350. So there's a really big need for people to open up their hearts, to open up their homes, to bring in kids, to give them a safe place, to give them a space to heal from the experiences that they've been through, to be a consistent, constant, caregiving, loving adult in their life.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And it's overwhelming to know that there's that many kids in our area that need help. I think people sit there and go, oh, there's probably like 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, there's a lot. There's 350. Is that what you said? In the Lynchburg area alone? Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah. And it is overwhelming. I think when we think about it, it's like, oh my gosh, could I make a difference? Could I do something? And when we think about just being an individual in it, that is overwhelming. Mm-hmm. But I think what I keep coming back to is it's actually about the community. It's about families coming together. It's about businesses wrapping around those families.
Right.
It's about organizations like UMFS who are there to support, to give parents the tools, the training, the wraparound services that they need for these kids who, they're kids who've gone through some really hard things.
Mm-hmm.
They're courageous. They have faced things that a lot of us haven't faced before, and they're still going through it. And so, like, what can we do to wrap around these kids to give them the best opportunity for their future, for our community? It's not just about us, it's about the community that we're wrapping around.
So just to kind of, and I know we've already kind of started off, but like, tell us what United Methodist Family Services is all about. Like, what are the things that you offer? Yeah. And then let's kind of get into the need for foster care and all. We'll kind of get into all the details.
Yeah, absolutely. So UMFS, United Methodist Family Services, we are a treatment foster care organization. So we are a nonprofit. We are unwavering champions for children, teens, and families across the state of Virginia. So we have offices all across the state, but we have a local office in Lynchburg. And in that office, we provide treatment foster care. And what treatment foster care is really providing another level of support for parents who are working with kids who have gone through trauma and who have maybe some behavioral or emotional needs from that trauma that they've experienced. And so what we want to do is equip parents to understand what trauma is. How does that impact brain development? How does that impact kids who are going into like school systems and things like that? And so we provide a lot of services for our parents. We have monthly support groups. We have 24/7 on-call. So day or night, families can call our on-call services, have someone to talk to if they need just advice. If there's a situation going on and they need a staff member to come out to their home, we are able to do that. And then we're also equipping families through different services like counseling services. Our staff are, social workers, they're case management, they're helping with paperwork, things like that, walking through the process. And then another great thing is that our parents are also dual licensed for foster care and adoption. So a lot of times, with foster care, our main goal is reunification with families. Sometimes that's not going to be possible. And so when that's not possible, we want to look at the best next thing, whether that's being put with a family member in kinship care, which our organization also is able to provide and help provide services for families to be built stronger. And if that's not possible, then we look at adoption. And a lot of our families are able to adopt the youth that are in their home, and they have built that connection, they've built that trust, and they're able to have a long lasting relationship. But even if that child's in your home for just a little bit of time, you can have a lasting impact on their life.
There's so many things I want to say because I think, and I know we've talked about in the past, like I've dealt in kind of like that foster care world many moons ago, but it's the thing is that there is a lack of foster parents. There are way more children that need someone to take. And I'm not even saying take care of them, but just to make them feel like they're needed, they're wanted, they have somewhere to call home. And so if you've been thinking about it, or if it's been on your heart to be a foster parent, like I really, really encourage people to just look into it. And you guys offer classes and things like that, right?
Yeah. So every week we have a virtual information session that people can sign up for. It's not a like, hey, I'm ready to get started. I'm, sign me up. I'm committed. But it's a, hey, I want to learn more. I want to figure out if this is a place that I can step into. And if I'm not ready for it yet, what are other ways that I can get involved? Can I volunteer at your support group? Can I help in other ways? Like just starting to get your feet wet. And then if you are ready to take action and be like, yes, hey, I'm 100% ready to take this next step, then our foster parent guide, Joshua, is able to walk you through that process, get you through the training. We have online training, we have in-person training, a little bit of mix of both. And so we're able to walk you through every step of the way. And something that I was thinking about on my drive over here was like, for me as a teenager, who were the people in my life who really impacted me, who were the adults, like you said, who were like caring and who just showed me that they loved me, that they wanted me, that they needed me, who spoke life into me and really helped me become who I was. And I was just reflecting on like how everyone needs that. Like it doesn't matter where you are in life, you need to have that person in your life. So I would encourage you, if you're listening, to think back on your teenage years, the people the teachers, the mentors, maybe it was a parent, maybe it was a pastor, maybe it was, an older sibling, someone in your life who really showed up for you, and to imagine what it would be like to be that person for someone else and the big impact you can have in their life.
What do you see or what do you hear as being like some of the top like hesitancies, I guess, of people that are like they're on the fence, like they want to do it, but they're not sure? Like what are some of the things that you see that maybe we can bring up and dispel those things, like make them feel better about doing it.
Yeah, there's a lot of myths out there. I think there's a lot of stigma around foster care. I think initially people might think, oh, like, are kids who are in foster care bad kids?
Yes.
And that's not the case at all. Kids who are in foster care, they've gone through hard things. It's nothing that they've done. It's the situations that they're in, the experiences that they've had that aren't safe experiences. And so we want to create safe places for them. So they're not bad kids. And I think that's a big thing that might come to mind.
I was hoping you were going to say, I thought that was probably one of the big ones, because I could see people thinking, back when I was younger, that's what you kind of think. Oh, the kids are horrible. They've just stuck them in foster care because the parents can't take care of them. Most likely it's because the parents aren't taking care of them. Yeah. Like, they flip it around. It's backwards, and they just need someone to actually care for them correctly.
Exactly. Another one we hear is like maybe more practical things of like, oh, I don't own my house, like I'm renting, and that's okay. You don't have to own your house. You might be single, you might be in a relationship, you might be cohabitating. Like, those aren't things that we look at and rule you out. So things like that were like more practical side of things. A lot of people put that in the way, like, oh, like, I'm a single person, like I can't be a foster parent, or I work full time, like would I be able to be a foster parent? And we have a lot of foster parents who are single and who also work full time and who are able to do it. And so if you're thinking about it and you're like wondering if your life circumstances will be a barrier, I would just encourage you to reach out, because a lot of times the things that we put in our own way actually aren't what's stopping. And it's okay to be afraid. It's a big change too. And so I would also encourage you to be open and talk when you're going through the process of becoming a foster parent, even just getting your feet wet, to be like, hey, these are some of my concerns. And our staff are really great about listening to those concerns, hearing, and being able to talk with you about what it really will be like.
What about like space? Having enough space, or having other children, like their own children in the home. Is that also something you kind of hear about?
Yeah, that is sometimes something we hear from. You can have your own children, of course. And what we look at for space is just making sure that you have like an extra bedroom. Right. So we just want kids to be able to have their own space, to have some privacy, to have a place that they can feel safe in and call their own.
Yeah, you're not just putting them in the living room on the sofa bed.
Exactly. Yeah, there are some rules around what qualifies like as a bedroom.
Right. Yeah. So I think those are all good things to bring up, because I do think that that's part of it. Like, people, they hear about it, they want to do it. And I feel like some of them are called to do it, and then they go, well, I have all these hesitancies with it. And that's why I kind of wanted to bring it up, because there's so many things that people think are barriers that are not, or can be easily worked around, those sort of things.
And one of our core values as an organization is to relentlessly pursue solutions. And so when barriers come up, that's life. Kind of things happen, barriers come up. And so what we do as staff is to work together to think about, like, okay, how can we work through this? What can we do? What solutions do we have? What community partners do we have that we can maybe tap on? Is there a way that we can go around this? Do we need to make some changes? So we're not just going to be like, oh, there's a barrier, you're done. We're going to be like, okay, like, let's look at this, because if this is what you're wanting to do and you're ready to kind of take that next step, we want to work with you and not work against you.
Well, I mean, heck, I have barriers I have to jump through all the time, even with me, myself with my own children. Yeah. So I think that should be something you were talking about. If you're a single mother with a full-time job, can you foster a child? Single mothers are having kids and doing their thing all day long, every day, and still providing fabulous homes and stuff for their children. So that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. And I think it goes back to knowing that you're going to have support, not only just from UMFS, but from your community, from local businesses, from your church, from community organizations, from your family, from your friends, that you're not in this alone. Because I mean, no parent can do it alone. It's not about just how good I can get through it. It's about having that support that comes alongside you and helps you when things are hard.
So, what are, you're talking about community support. What are some of the things that you see that that y'all do in the community, or things that kind of help with that?
Yeah. One thing that I found has been really helpful is like, people donate a lot of things to our kids and to our families. And that's been really great, just to show them like, hey, like, there's people who love you guys and want you to feel supported, and like want you to be able to go get a massage, or, have a date night out, and who want to support your kids at our support group and come and, play games with them and do lessons and things like that, or who want to donate a meal to you guys so that you don't have to worry about it tonight. Things like that really go a long way to just know that there's people who are thinking about you. Even handwritten notes, to have a note of encouragement. I mean, it's something that feels really small. And when you receive it, it's like, oh, someone's really thinking about me.
Right. And I know y'all also offer respite care, which is helpful to foster parents, because I think they're sitting here thinking, they kind of like you were saying, like, oh, if I foster a child, that's it. We can't ever go out and have a date night. We can't ever do this. But you can, because you guys offer and I know a lot of people are like, well, what's respite care? But like,
so respite care, it's a service that we offer for our families. So respite families do the longest, it's like 2 to 7 days. So like weekend stays, overnights, things like that. And it's to support our families so that they can have a break. They can have those date nights. If there's an emergency that comes up, they have a family emergency and they're like, hey, like I need some extra support. We have respite care in place. And so our respite families go through the same process of being certified and licensed as respite foster parents. And the other great thing about that is, like, sometimes people just want to do respite. And other times they're like, okay, I've been doing respite and I'm ready to step into maybe a full-time, longer term placement. And then they're able to easily transition into that. So it's a great way to start getting your feet wet. If you're like, hey, I want to do some more emergency placements, I'm ready to help on the weekends. If it's like, twice a month, whatever that looks like for you. And you're just like, I'm kind of curious, I want to get my feet wet. That's also an option.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to start out, especially like if you have some hesitancy about doing the full blown, like just being a foster parent. But I have seen in the last couple of years, I have a couple of our members and friends that have done that exact thing. They've fostered a child, or they've, someone who quit work to go home and stay home full time because they were just, that's what they decided to do, was, foster children. And I think that's such a great way. You talk about giving back to the community, and that's a great way to give back to the community. Like, you just don't even think about it, because where are these children going to go? And that's the question. Like, where, I mean, I'm sure there's group homes, there's different places, but that's, they don't want to be in a group home.
Yeah, no. And, if we don't have homes available here, they're going to be, maybe put in homes further away from where they grew up, from their community. And that's just another loss that they're going through. I mean, a lot of youth in foster care are experiencing big losses. They're losing their family. If you're thinking about becoming a foster parent, think about, like, you're a complete stranger to them and they're coming into your home. And, like, how does that shift how we think about youth and, like, the losses that they're experiencing? And it's big.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, so what are some of the ways people can support UMFS? Like, how can you, and I know we touched on it a little bit with volunteering and things, but if you say, okay, I just can't do the foster parenting thing right now, but I really want to help out because I just feel a need, what are some of the things we can do?
Yeah. So one thing I would recommend is reaching out and seeing about volunteer opportunities, such as, like, volunteering at our support group. So we have monthly support group at our Lynchburg office where our families come together, and we have programs for the kids, and the parents are able to do some training, some self-care, different things like that. And so we're always looking for people who are able to come out to those and help us just hang out with the kids. Be a support there. Come maybe drop off some stuff with our parents. If you want to help work with the parents instead of the kids, there's that option as well. And then other than that, I would say, like, if you're a business owner or you're in that space and you're wanting to help, I think a big need for us is just getting the word out, because there is a lot of people who maybe are kind of interested, but they don't really know what the next steps are. They don't know, like, what organizations are out there that we can go through, or they may not even know that there's a need for foster parents. And so we're always looking for people who are able to help, put up a flyer, help share on social media. We have a whole Instagram account, Foster at UMFS, that we share statistics, we share staff celebrations, family stories. It's a place where we're working to raise awareness. So if you're like, listen, I can't become a foster parent right now, but I want to in the future, how can I get involved? A big part of that is advocating. Be a part of raising awareness.
Now, do y'all do, and this might be another, like the backpacks, or like having people that donate things like that, so when the kids do go into foster care, they have their own suitcases, they're not carrying stuff in, like, the bags and things like that. I know in the past we've done like Christmas stuff, like donations for Christmas for kids, because y'all do help to provide some of those families with help there too.
Yes, exactly. So we do that. We have backpacks, we have supplies on hand so that if kids are coming and they don't have anything, we can provide that. Or if it's like a gift card so parents can go out and purchase some stuff when they have a youth coming into their home. One of the barriers we have is storage. So we have to be a little bit like, okay, do we have enough? When do we reach out for more? But if that's something that you're like, oh, I'm kind of interested in maybe donating something or wanting to host a drive, I would just say like reach out to us, see what our, like, can we take that kind of supplies right now? And if not, is there something else that you could do? Is it maybe a more direct ask that we could, give to some of our families?
Right. So I feel like, we've talked about, you talked about how they could go on and do the online, if they're interested. What are some of the other steps? Like what, if someone is really interested and they say, okay, I'm going to go on, I'm going to do the online thing. What steps go from there? Like how do they become a foster parent?
Yeah. So once you've completed our information session, then you can submit your application and that gets processed by our staff. And that's when you can start training. So we have a little bit of a hybrid between like some online stuff and then some in-person training as well. So you go through that. Once that's complete, you'll start your home study process, which the home study is probably the biggest part of it. So what that looks like, it's 3 different visits. 2 are in your home. So the first one going out to your home is kind of that classic like social worker visit to your home to just see are there any changes that need to be made. It's kind of that interview process, getting to know you more. And then the next one's like in the office, kind of reflecting on that. And the last one would be at your home as well.
Okay.
And so once you've completed your home study process, you'll also be doing your background check, your first aid certification, different things like that. Doing a lot of the paperwork pieces. So paperwork can be also a barrier. Some people are like, it's a lot of
the paperwork.
Yeah, like I do not want to fill out another form. But our staff are really, really great about helping walk you through that process, sending it out in a way that it's not like all at once, that it's not overwhelming, and kind of just taking it piece by piece. So once you're done with the home study process, our staff write it up. And the home study is really like what we look to see, like it's strengths based. It's like, this is why this parent is going to be a great foster parent. It's like what we look at when we're looking at matching a kid with a parent. We want it to be the best match for the parent, but for the youth, that's going to be a good match for them so that they can feel safe in that home. And so that's something that we look at as the home study process.
Well, I think too, going through a process like that, if someone takes the time to get through that whole process, all the paperwork, all the home visits, all the things, then you kind of get an idea that they're more invested. It's not someone that's just going to get on, if they're putting their time into it, kind of like I was saying with being a member of the CVABC, put your time into it. You know that you're going to get that return and you're going to get invested in it. And I think that's, it's better than just, oh, here, I'm going to sign a paper. I'm a foster parent. Great.
Yeah.
Bring the kids over.
Yeah. And we want to make it as least overwhelming as possible.
Yeah.
Because it's a big, life change. You're inviting someone into your home and into your family. We want, youth who are coming into your home to be a part of your family, like have fun, like go on vacations, like go do activities, be in the community, like help them be a part of school activities, like really be a family. And so on our part, we're like, okay, what can we do to make this less overwhelming? Can we take it step by step? And we're there every step of the way.
Now, is there do y'all have children like every age range, like all the way up to, I'm assuming 18?
Yeah, so we do. A lot of our youth are on like the probably 10 and up range. So we serve a lot more teens, but we do get younger kids as well. We have a lot of sibling groups who come in and like being like 3 to 6 siblings. And we work really hard to keep those siblings together if we can. So if you're like, hey, like I'm really passionate about, making sure siblings get to stay together, that's something that we really need as well. We also have a lot of youth who are in the LGBTQIA community, and we really need families who are affirming and allied who will be able to really be a support to them and to open their homes to those kids as well. We have youth who are pregnant and parenting. Those are a population that we also serve. So we really serve everyone, and probably the least amount of referrals that we get are for like infants. So I would say more in like toddler and then more like teenagers who we're serving.
Okay. So is there any, I feel like have we touched on everything you kind of want to go? I want to make sure you get to put out. There's so many things. I feel like there's so many different aspects to what UMFS does, that I don't want to leave anything out.
Yeah.
That could potentially, if someone's listening, push them to just. Yeah, hopefully you're out there and you're hearing this, and maybe you've needed to hear it. Like maybe you needed to. You're just sitting there going, you know what? That's it. I'm going, doing it.
This is your sign.
Yeah, sign is there. What are you thinking? Grover should have a friend.
That's it.
No. So how can someone find out more? Like, what's the website? How do they kind of get there?
Yeah. Next up. So our website is umfs.org.
Okay.
It's kind of a mouthful, umfs.org/foster. And like I said, we also have a social media page, Foster at UMFS. That's on Instagram and Facebook. You're welcome to go there. We have links. We have testimonials. We have process pieces, things like that can kind of give you some more information if you're like, I'm maybe thinking about taking the next step. I need a little bit more information. And then, like we said before, sign up for one of those info sessions. Josh was really great about sharing more about UMFS, like who we are as an organization, sharing a lot more about the youth that we're serving and the families that we're looking for, and then going even more in depth about what the process looks like to become a foster parent.
Yeah, UMFS is such a great organization, everyone. I don't say that just because Katie's sitting across from me and I have to say that. I'm saying it because it's true. And I mentioned, I used to work, God, I feel like many moons ago, 10 plus years ago, in the youth and family services field. And so I had to deal with organizations like UMFS and quite a few other ones in the area, but I actually got to see a lot of foster children coming through because I worked in the space where there was a counselor that they were coming to talk to. And so, when you sit down and you get to talk to these kids, they're just normal kids. They just want to live a normal life, and they are bright and they are funny and they just want to be loved. And I can't say enough about I say this, and I don't have foster kids in my home, but I really wish at the time I was at a place I could, and I would love to get to that place because I don't plan on having any more kids. I ain't having no more, but I'm definitely feel like I could. I still have some of that to give, and I feel like there's people that are like that out there. And I don't think it matters how old you are.
No.
If you're out there and if you're out there and you're, I know there's people that are struggling to even have their own children or, to adopt and whatever, get your, try this out, see if it's for you because, just because it's not yours doesn't mean they can't be. I love kids. And so I hate to think of 350 kids right now that have nowhere to go.
Yeah. Yeah. It really does just touch the heart, honestly. And we need parents who are willing to stick it out through the hard times and it comes back to having community around you as well and knowing that you're supported, and that's showing our kids, our youth in the community that they're supported, that they're loved, that they're seen, that they're wanted, that they, are more than their past experiences, that we believe in them and we want to set them up for success, that they can pursue their dreams and that they have people around them and behind them who are supporting them.
I completely agree. So I just mentioned it again. Check it out. Go on their website, look it over. Go to the information session. Bug if ladies, bug your husband. It's it's a little bit different than getting a puppy or cat. I'm just gonna say, don't treat it like that. But because it's an investment, it's an investment in your time. It's an investment in your home. It's a lot of that. But I think it's so worthwhile what you get back from it.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of our parents, have lasting relationships with youth who are in their home. Even if it was just for, a few months, they still stay in touch. And I've heard, youth sharing how important that relationship was and knowing that they can, still call them, they can still celebrate their birthdays together and still have that relationship even after they're outside of their home. That's incredible.
Well, and I know so many people too that after a while they're just part of your family. You don't even go, oh well, this is my this is my foster kid. No, it's your son, it's your daughter. It's your child. And yeah, it just gives them that feeling of being wanted and supported. And I think that I love that UMFS works so tirelessly to get people together and the things that you guys do for the community. So thank you guys for that. I think it's great.
Thank you.
again, thank you for being on the show with me. I encourage y'all to find out more. I could sit here and just keep saying that because I just want it to happen.
Yeah, we do too. We are here. We are ready to answer your questions, to be a part of this journey for you, and to be a part of walking through each step. We know it can be scary and it can be really hard. And it's honestly, it's courageous to reach out and to take that first step. But all of our staff are really wonderful and just genuine and have a heart to serve these kids, and also to support you as a family or as an individual or as a couple, whatever that looks like for you. So we're going to be here for you every step of the way.
Well, thank you again for coming with me on the show and talking about it some more and giving everybody that information and hopefully breaking down some of those barriers that they've got up. Yeah. We have the last thing I'll mention today before we go off the air, because I've got 5 more minutes of y'all listening to me yap. No, we do have a job fair this week. I want to make sure everyone knows. So if you're listening, it's Wednesday. If you're downloading this on if you're listening wherever you get your podcast and you happen to listen to it tomorrow or whenever, Friday, April 14th, we have a job fair at CVCC. We're hosting it in the Merritt Hall building. So it's kind of towards the back of CVCC. We're in that big room. We have 25 vendors right now. So we're really excited about that. And I think the thing I'm most excited about is that all of these employers are from different, they all encompass different parts. So, it's not just all healthcare or, construction. We have healthcare, we have electrical, we have HVAC, we have Boone Tractor is coming. We have Waffle House. So we have people from even the restaurant industry. We have insurance. We have, like I said, I already said medical. We have machinery. We have, I'm trying to think of all the different, there's so many. Chick-fil-A. We have, there's one in my head that Bedford County. Bedford County is going to be there, and Bedford County 911 services, communication. So, we have things part-time, full-time. We even have some that are work from home. We were talking with Aflac because they do some stuff and you're able to stay at home and do stuff there. So little something for everyone. We're there from 10 to 2. And it's free. You don't have to pay to get in. You don't have to register. You just show up with your resume, show up dressed to impress. I'm just going to say it again. Like I said it before, don't come in your PJs. I'm just putting it out there. I'm trying to help you. Let me help you. Come dressed like you want a job. One of the things we have found is that there are so many small businesses or employers that are struggling because they can't find help. And they're raising their wages. They're trying to do things to the best of their abilities to be able to stay, open. And there's a lot of people out there that are still looking for work. And come out and see what you can find here. We have some giveaways going on. So if you come out to the event and you register, we have some Sheetz gift cards to help you on your gas journey, getting back and forth to work. We have some other giveaways. And Woody, you and I are going to be doing a podcast.
We are. We're going to be live
podcast at the event.
We're from 11 to 12-ish.
Yep, 11 to 12-ish. Yep. We're going to be
live
talking to the employers and have them come on the show and just reach out and say this is what they're looking for. So if for some reason you don't come out or you listen to this afterwards, you can still reach back out and kind of hear what they're looking for. But
exactly.
We have space for, on the spot interviews. So if you come in and you impress someone and they're like, you know what, I think I want to talk to you right now. We've got that option. They can go in there and hire you on the spot. So bring your resume, bring your cover letter. Just be prepared. I always say, that's what I always tell people. You never know what'll happen. And you never know what your perfect job is going to be. I've found people that are like, oh, I will never like doing that. And then they get into it and they end up loving it. You think you have to go to a 4-year college, you head over. We've got, heating and air and electrical. They're there to help you learn the trades and things like that. So come out Friday, 10 to 2, CVCC, be there, get a job, go to work.
No PJs,
like all the things. Anyway, thanks for listening in. And again, I won't see or hear talk to you guys for about 2 weeks. So I will miss you guys, but Mike will do a great job, I'm sure. Thank you for listening to Talk Local to Me.